Thank you. All right. It's a great privilege again to have the NASA Secretariat at our studios, the KDR TV studios. Gentlemen and lady, we are really very happy again to have you today to continue on the discussion about the NASA coalition in Kenya. And before we start, I would love the chairman of the NASA Secretariat Minnesota to give a brief introduction to his members, and then we'll continue from there. Mr. John, please, this is your time.
Thank you, Mr. Kebwato, for once more for hosting us in your studio. As you know, the last time we were here, we were eagerly waiting for our flag bearer, but we can now confidently announce that we have one. And as you heard, we have a whole team now. When I was here last time, as I told you, I didn't have my whole team. Today, there are some who are still not here with us, but they will be coming pretty soon. And maybe I'll do a little introduction. But most importantly, maybe after I'm done with my introduction is when we can say that the most important thing that brought us here this evening was that on Thursday, as you know, Mr. Kebwato, we were able to get our flag bearer, who is, as you know, Raila Odinga. And as they said there during that particular day, it was that they are a team. And for sure, you saw from all of them, from what they said, all those who listened in Kenya, we followed it live here in Minnesota, and the other people followed all over the diaspora and all over the world. We have a NASA team that is united, despite being told every day that, oh, they are going to break up, oh, this will not happen. Finally, it has happened, and we are here about to hit the road. But before we talk more about that, because we are so happy about what happened on Thursday, I can do a brief introduction for those who maybe who haven't seen our past interview. My name is John McCory, who is the chair, Minnesota Secretariat, NASA Minnesota Secretariat. And with me, I have a huge team, and I would love, you know, as I've always said, I would love you people and everybody else who is listening to hear from their mouth, to know them. As they will be hitting the ground, pretty soon you'll be hearing about them. I think maybe I will start from my left here, right here. I have our organizing secretary, Nila. I think maybe I will give her the mic so that she can introduce herself there.
Hi viewers and listeners, my name is Petronila Nyamwamu. I'm the organizing secretary of this wonderful team, NASA Minnesota. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kebwato, for inviting us to your studio. Today we are very happy. Last time when we came in, we had no flag bearer. Now we are very proud because we have been given a flag bearer in Kenya. We are going to talk about more about the flag which was chosen. But now I have to say my name. My name is Esron Trimba, a member of NASA, Minnesota. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Yang Nyangweso. I'm the assistant treasurer of NASA Minnesota. First of all, I would like to say thank you to Bwana Kebwato for hosting us on this show. And I would like also now to congratulate the NASA team for electing Raila Odinga as the flag bearer and Kalonzo Musyoka as his vice. The whole NASA team is looking very vibrant, and we're really proud of that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, good evening once again. My name's Henry Momanyi. I'm the Secretary General of NASA Minnesota chapter. And like some of our friends have said, we are here tonight to congratulate our NASA team back home and tell the community, both diaspora and in Kenya, that the time is now. Let us work with this team, and we will realize the fruits of our efforts. Thank you, and once again, we will continue from there. Thank you.
Hello viewers, my name is Dr. Chris. I'm the treasurer, as I mentioned last time. We're here now, and we're very excited that we're now set we are moving forward, and we're coming up with the programs, and we have structured good programs from our side that will help our brothers, the NASA Pentagon members, led by Honorable Raila Odinga. We're behind you, and we're coming. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the NASA Secretariat. Thank you for your introduction. Now we are basically going straight to our discussion today and the questions we are having. The first question goes to Mr. Young Nyangweso. We want you to talk about diversity in NASA. How is diversity an issue? I mean, how do you think diversity should be something which the NASA Secretariat in Minnesota should preach out there? Mr. Young, can you go ahead?
First of all, I would like to congratulate NASA for having a very huge and very good diversity in the team. First of all, when you look at this team, you find people from Nyanza, Kakamega, you find people from Kisii, find people from Coast, Mombasa, Taita Taveta. We have Wajir, Mandera, the whole of Nairobi, the huge diverse bloc. You're finding NASA having a very huge voting bloc over there. This shows how NASA is a diverse party compared to our competitors where it's only a two-community party. We only have Central Kenya and part of the Rift Valley, which are the Jubilee. And you can all see how their government is structured. Pretty much you'll find everybody in those governments are from one section, and another part of the other government might be from the other section. So this Jubilee has actually alienated the rest of the country, a country of 42 tribes. These two tribes have actually alienated all these other communities, which is something we have to stop. The second thing I would like to add on that is a country like that being run by these two communities, and they are actually not even making good use of what we need our people to get. A lot of people are starving right now. People are dying of starvation. The reason of this is because some of the natural resources are not being well utilized. Places like Turkana, you find there's water, there's lakes under the ground, and people are dying of starvation over there. There's no water to drink. The animals are dying. You find we have natural resources, titanium, which is a whole multi-billion industry. Our government let other people from other countries, they come and run that place, take the money back to Europe. That industry should be able to be changing our GDP. This is a very huge topic that we can go for hours and hours talking about. We have oil in Turkana. The people of Turkana don't even have food to eat. All that money is being taken out to foreign countries just because some greedy politicians pretty much took some bribe money and let these companies come in and take all the money out. The people of Kenya are not even benefiting. Since this oil was discovered, our economy has typically gone down. I remember when a dollar used to be about 67, which was pretty bad, but we stayed there for a while. Right now, a dollar is going for 100 shillings. This is one of the reasons why Jubilee Party must go. These people don't have an idea of how to run a government. So that's the reason why we need a diverse government that's going to be dealing with all issues. These people are actually only dealing with matters of having their people to eat. You can always hear them saying it is their time to eat. They don't care about the country. The country is going down. And these people don't care. Everybody is making themselves rich. The NASA government, on the other side, being a diverse government, We've had speeches from Raila Odinga, how he was planning on doing some reforms on Kenya. Comparing Kenya and countries like South Korea that used to have the same GDP during time of our independence. South Korea now is pretty much first world country. Kenya is going down. We are third world and we are getting worse and worse. That's why I believe Raila Odinga will steer this country back to where we need to be. And it's a good choice for NASA to actually settle for him. Even if he's going to be there for one term, we know that he's going to put things back on track. The current president actually said he doesn't know what to do with corruption. The people are robbing money left and right. I think it's about 600 billion shillings has gone missing since the Jubilee government took over. So we need the diverse government to take over and implement what we need to do. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Young. We'll come back to you to verify some few issues here and there. So this other question now goes to you said the organizing secretary for NASA, Petronila. Let's talk about gender sensitivity in NASA. And again, I would also love you to talk about, you know, we've got some bickering in the ODM primaries where there are still people complaining that they were denied victory. How do you, what are you telling those people back at home? Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kebwato, for having us here in your studio today to discuss issues concerning our country and this year's elections. So I want to start by congratulating the NASA team for choosing the flag bearer, who's very strong. We feel confident. We are very happy that he is the flag bearer. And I also want to congratulate all the or the other 4 members for reaching this decision of having him as the flag bearer. They've sacrificed a lot, each one of them, Kalonzo, Musyoka, Davadi, our friend Isaac Ruto, Wetangula, each and every one of them has sacrificed a lot to have reached this decision. So we want to thank you for putting yourselves aside for the love of the country. So that's why we're here to also say how we can come in and also help to make sure that this great team wins in August. So about gender sensitivity and inclusiveness in the NASA government, I believe that we already have women that are out there that are doing great things already. And so when they come together in the NASA government, we hope that they will be given the best positions and duties to perform. There are many, to mention a few, wonderful women like Dr. Zani, who's the Secretary General, Ms. Pareno, who's in charge of elections. We have Aisha Juma from the coast, women like Janet Ongera, who are doing great work, Millie Mabona, great work, Gladys Wanga, all those women, just to mention a few. What I can say is that we should see NASA embracing women, and they should be given good duties to perform, because I know they're capable. And I also wanted to say something about the woman representative post. It's a great post that was given in the new constitution. But what I could like to add is that the roles of a woman representative should be more defined and should be given more weight, so that we can see these women representatives doing more for their people, for their fellow women, in achieving things that women have not achieved in our country. One of those issues is the maternal mortality. Women who die while giving birth or during that process. Being in the medical field, I feel that this should be addressed very, very strongly. We shouldn't be losing our women when they're giving birth, when this is a very natural and blessed duty that the women do. So it should be taken care of and looked at. And I feel like this should be a docket, like selectively given to the women representatives so they can address this and see ways and means of decreasing the mortality rate by a huge percentage. Also something like the FGM, the mutilation of women, that should be a zero tolerance. Like, no girl child should be undergoing such torture in this century when we all know the disadvantages of the act. So that should be looked into. I should see all these women representatives who are earning money doing such jobs. Like in the, now it's 4 years going into 5 since we started having the post of women representative. I feel that we should have seen agendas concerning women, like they should have improved by now, and we should hear them talking about all this instead of doing all these other things sometimes that are not maybe primarily for them. So that's what I would like to say, but I have a good feeling that NASA will be the team to make sure that all these things are looked into. I have confidence. I'm very happy that we've come this far. I'm sure many were wishing that the coalition does not stick together, but we thank God that it has stuck together up to now. And this is just the start. We are heading for better things. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Petronila. Now let's ask Mr. Tirimba. You have been a security guy for, I mean, you've served in the government of Kenya since 1963 when we attained independence. And I need you to tell us exactly what's the difference between the security of then and right now. I mean, can you have some comparisons? You can even speak in Swahili so that most people can listen, can get the points pretty right.
Thank you, Mr. Kivato, for allowing me to talk a few minutes to NASA people in Kenya. We are here as a NASA team, and we are glad for meeting us to form and support the NASA team in Kenya. What I can say, I've seen the differences. Security from Mzee Kenyatta, kutoka Mzee alikuwa wasukani, akabatia Moi, na kutoka wakati huo mpaka tumefikia hata fourth president ako sasa Uhuru Kenyatta. Kutoka hapo nyuma ilikuwa security was very nice. But since the fourth president mtoto wa Kenyatta, Uhuru Kenyatta alipochukua usukani, the security imekuwa hard to control. Ameshindwa ku control security in Kenya. We have lost our many people in Kenya dying for nothing because of security. And I'm urging for NASA is coming. We are supporting NASA to come, and maybe would make a good security. They will make sure that the security will be performed. Itakuwa nzuri kabisa, kwa sababu tumejaribu kuangalia vile serikali ile iko sahi, mambo ya security imekuwa wazi. Imesukumwa kando na kando, hii imefanyika, people are dying. We don't see why they cannot prevent our people in security in Kenya. Now, that's why we are now supporting our NASA team, NASA government, so that they can come up with a new rules and security. Support ya kutengeneza Kenya kuwa mpya. We want now NASA to make Kenya to be a new Kenya mpya. And we support our people who are in Kenya. I will urge them to support the NASA so that we can get a new government and which can give us a good security for our people.
Thank you very
much.
much.
That's much I can say, Mr. Kivato. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tirimba. Now let's hear another perspective from Dr. Chris. How are you people really ready and going to roll the activities of NASA from the social media perspective, diversity, and adapting the polling stations. Please, Dr. Chris, can you say something about it?
Thank you, Mr. Kibweto, again. I remember we were here a few days back, and now we're back with a team. In Kenya now, we know everybody was waiting for this, as we were, and we have the team now on the ground. As I mentioned, voting is our right, it's our democratic right. People go to vote when elections come. But after they vote, their votes, we don't know how they're counted and what is done with them. I'm glad that since we last left, and our message was put on the social media, I'm really excited that people have reacted. Some of them are very controversial, and some are encouraging, but that is democracy. When you see something, and I'm glad that we put out something there, and now people are reacting. And we'll continue giving the same message. Our message is, whichever part of the country that you come from, all we want is to make sure that your vote is protected. If you vote for Jubilee, if you vote for NASA, we want to make sure that the vote is counted the right way. The people who are sitting here, they're very open. They will never throw words at somebody because he's a Jubilee candidate or is a Jubilee supporter. I can remember very well, if my chairman will also remember and concur with me, when we launched Minnesota chapter, that's March 18th, we welcomed the people from all parties to come in. Some of them, they know they were given a chance to address the people who were there at that time. And some were asked to come and they said, no, I'm not going to address that meeting. For us, we are talking to every Kenyan. If we start choosing that this is NASA, this is Jubilee, then we are not preaching the message of peace. For us to be a country, we have to be united. So I'm urging people that some of the reactions that I've seen, we have been here in the United States for some of us, it depends, some of us have been here for long, some for a shorter period. These people who are seated here, I know they earn money, and they work hard. It doesn't matter what job you do. You are bringing food on the table, you are taking care of your kids, taking care of your people back home. That's what's important. So people who somehow will think that by demeaning others, that they will be scared and move away, that they do that kind of a job and this and that. My friends, your vote, whether you are a watchman, you are CEO of a company, your vote matters. It's one vote per individual. So as I said, we're appealing to our people everywhere. Diaspora includes people from Uganda, our neighbors, to every part of the world. Please come and join us. We're here and we're working towards the better of Kenya. And people say that, if Raila takes power or Kalonzo was going to take power, then some people were not going to get positions in the government. That's not true. Remember when we got independence, Jomo Kenyatta was there. He gave political posts to different tribes. Moi came, we had leaders, ministers from every community. Kibaki was here. He was a nice guy. He gave political positions to every person. So the idea that even Uhuru is there now, we have ministers from different parts of the country. So people telling you that when Raila comes in, somehow he's going to give people from a certain region the powers alone is not true. This is a political gimmick. This is people who are trying to use the social media or the newspapers and the TV and stuff simply to confuse people. People of Kenya are well informed. If you have the qualifications, look at our friend in Tanzania, Magufuli. He came to power a few days. Because he has the art of changing that country, he's doing very well. So friends, young people, as I encouraged you the other time, Kenya is for you. You are the people who will change Kenya, and a better Kenya for you will be a better Kenya for everybody and for many generations to come. So our drive is still ongoing. We're receiving funds from people. They are very eager. More people are coming out. Now that we went into social media, we're seeing a lot of activities. And let us be clear. Whether you are Jubilee or whether you are Nasa, what we want is a good government. The people who are leading our government right now, they have shown some interests that are not for the people of Kenya. You know, you can't campaign and say, huyu jamaa ananiharibia ni wakati wangu. So if a president does not come from that region, does it mean, you know, Kenya will not live? So friends, and wherever you are, everybody, NASA is strong, we're growing, vile wanasema huko, tunaendelea na tutaendelea na tuwe pamoja na tufanye maendeleo pamoja, na yule yeyote ambaye yako Jubilee kama anataka kukuja, since we are open, our doors are open. We want a good government, whether it is in Gatundu South, where the first president came from and his son came from. The people of that region are not different from other regions. Some of them are even poorer than people in some regions. So when you say that mtu akitoka tutapata shida nini, there have been presidents in that place. Kibaki was a president of a certain community for certain constituents for some time. Are those people different? Raila was a member of parliament in Kibira. Is it different? So what we want is a national policy that will be able to cater for every Kenyan. And that's what we want. That's what we will support. And I believe that's what Raila has in store for us. His core principles, wale wengine, the four of them, were Ruto, Isaac, Mudavadi, and Kalonzo. Now is the time that the rubber has hit the road. If you are together, please keep together. Let not these people who wave around and say a lot of stuff that we don't know where they're coming from, let them do. It's their democratic right. But let us work together. And for those who are reacting on social media, we welcome. Criticism is good. But let it be constructive criticism. Not that it's because you are accessible to social media, you can put anything there. We, as NASA Secretary, we're not going to throw anything back at you. We'll read, we will hear from you, and we'll keep going. We will not look back. So, Mr. Kibwato, we are very, very glad. We will continue coming to your studio, and our message will continue coming to the people of Kenya. We are not going to stop. Whether somebody throws a stone at, and members, I will encourage you. People throw stones at you. Don't stop and watch, or don't react to every person who throws a stone at you, because then we cannot reach where we are going. Let them continue throwing. Some of them, when you put something in the social media, that's when they react. Let them come up with their own ideas, then we compare. We are very open, and Mr. Kibwato is very open here. If you are in Minnesota or any part in the United States, and you want to come to his studio, tell us. We will even purchase you a ticket to come, so that you can also tell us your difference, or show us the difference between you and us. We are very, very open, and the people of Kenya, we love you. We will do anything for you. We will come. Some of us will be there in these elections. So some people are saying we don't go there. Please, mark my words and look at this gentleman here and the lady over there. We will be there in Kenya to support our people, and we will make sure that elections are done in the right way. Let it be understood that we will never be intimidated. We love our country, and we will work. Like our friend from Mombasa, Ali Hassan Joho. Ulizaliwa mara moja na utakufa. So we will never fear death. We will never fear anything. We're coming. We will be giving you more messages. So let me stop here by now, because I'm very passionate. When you see me talking like this, it's because I'm very passionate about my country, and I'm seeing that we're moving in the right direction. Thank you very much.